Arctic shipping routes may soon become fifth largest shipping route. Arctic shipping routes are the maritime paths used by vessels to navigate through parts or the entirety of the Arctic. There are three main routes that connect the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans: the Northeast Passage, the Northwest Passage, and the mostly unused Transpolar Sea Route. In addition, two other significant routes exist: the Northern Sea Route and the Arctic Bridge. To connect the Atlantic with the Pacific, the Northwest Passage goes along the northern Canadian and Alaskan coasts, the Northeast Passage, NEP, follows the Russian and Norwegian coasts, and the Transpolar Sea Route crosses the Arctic through the North Pole. The Arctic Bridge is an internal Arctic route linking Russia to Canada, and the Northern Sea Route, NSR, trails the Russian coast from the Bering Strait to the east, to the Kara Sea to the west. Extreme global temperatures repeatedly breaking records, while dry weather blocks the Panama Canal, high temperatures melt open the ice in the Arctic Ocean. The waterway crossing the Arctic Ocean is about to usher in the day of complete navigation. In the past, the navigation time of the Arctic Passage was only about 3 months from July to October, but today, with global warming, the navigation time of the Arctic Passage has been extended to 5 months from June to November. This has greatly improved the navigation conditions compared to the past, but in 7 years, this waterway will be able to pass smoothly in the summer. A study published in the journal Nature on June 6 last year suggests that if greenhouse gas emissions slowly decrease or continue to rise in the future, the Arctic may have no sea ice by 2030, which is at least 10 years ahead of expectations. The study also suggests that even if greenhouse gas emissions significantly decrease in the future, the Arctic may experience ice-free summers in the coming decades. Scientists predict that by 2030, ice-class cargo ships with the ability to pass through 1.3 meters of thick ice will be able to operate smoothly in the Arctic waterway, and the proportion of goods transported by the Arctic waterway in Asia-Europe trade will reach 1/4. In August 2023, a Cape of Good Hope cargo ship named Gingo successfully crossed the Arctic Passage after approximately 13 days of navigation with the assistance of two nuclear-powered icebreakers from the Russian National Nuclear Power Icebreaker Company. From then on, the Gingo cargo ship became the largest dry bulk carrier passing through the Arctic waterway, and its loaded 164,600 tons of iron ore also became the largest single batch of cargo passing through the Arctic waterway. In September 2023, a non-ice class conventional oil tanker named Leonid Loza set sail from Murmansk port in Russia and arrived at Beluin port in Ningbo on October 6 via the Arctic Channel. This series of historic breaking shipping has had a profound impact. Container ship transportation departing on a weekly basis emphasizes efficiency and punctuality, and inevitably requires mature shipping routes. The emergence of container liner ships can be said to mark the mature operation stage of the Arctic shipping route. The fact that non-ice class oil tankers can also cross the Arctic Ocean once again confirms that the safety of this waterway is greatly improving. At present, there are 4 major ocean routes in the world, namely the Asia-North American route between China and the United States, the North Atlantic route between North America and Europe, the route connecting the east and west coasts of the Americas through the Panama Canal, and the Asia-Europe route passing through the Strait of Malacca and the Suez Canal. The complete navigation of the Arctic Passage will have the opportunity to challenge these 4 mature international routes. Lianyungang and Rotterdam are the east-west starting points of the Eurasian Continental Bridge. Taking them as an example, the journey from Lianyungang to Europe via the traditional Eurasian route is a full 20,000 kilometers. If the Arctic route can be used, the journey can be shortened by 50 kilometers and the total time can be shortened by 10 to 15 days. According to data from the Russian Ministry of Transport, the total weight of goods transported by ships via northern routes in 2020 increased by 10 times compared to when it was opened in 2010, reaching 65 million tons per year. This route has become the main transportation corridor for Russia's exports of oil, liquefied natural gas, mineral fertilizers, metals, and other products. Russia hopes to increase the cargo volume of the Arctic Passage to 100 million tons by 2026 and 200 million tons by 2030. While it's difficult to predict the exact time frame or ranking of Arctic shipping routes among the world's largest shipping routes, it is clear that they have the potential to become increasingly important in the future as climate change continues to impact the region.